Monday. Today is all about increasing your feminine energy in the area of marriage and even business. So welcome in, welcome in.
Welcome in.
All right, so for those of you that don't know us, what's up? I'm Natasha. I was a former and now certified hormone coach, but I also specialize in helping women with their feminine energy and their nervous system, even if they're a mama, even if they are a business owner. And we, together with my husband and I,
Yeah, I'm Coach B.
we also help women with their dating and marriage life. Go ahead, introduce
No, I
yourself,
don't have an
honey.
intro. I was just letting them know so they could put a name to a
To a
person
face.
that you were naming.
Yes, he's the most amazing husband on the planet. He literally just got me some tea. But anyway, today we are talking. Hey, what's up, Zaza?
Zaza.
Zaza, what's up? What's up? Hello, you guys. Happy Monday. We're here to bring you the energy today, the feminine energy and the masculine energy. And yeah, so today we just really wanted to go into dating, marriage, relationships, situationships, business situations, and how do you actually really bring your magnetic feminine energy into everything that you're doing. Like this is just your
Yes.
normal lifestyle, right?
And we've gotten so many good questions in the comments of the videos that we've done, and we just wanted to come on today and just be able to answer a lot of those questions that people have been sending. You may not have gotten the answer when you asked it when you've been on previous lives.
Yes.
So this is an opportunity to really get those questions answered today.
We love you too. Everyone's like, we love you. I see Christy, Dina, Zaza, of course, is in here. Love it, you guys. So start dropping your questions. And all right, so good.
Dina. Yeah, Dina.
Okay. I'm just trying to look at your guys' comments and questions.
Yeah.
All right. So how many of you girls are feeling more yummy and delicious now that you are aware of a feminine energy and how to increase it? And how many of you girls are feeling stuck? Can you let us know in the comments? I see a bunch of our girls are online right now that are in our Feminine Energy Academy.
Yes.
Super exciting. So I know you girls are already starting to feel better. But everyone else that's watching as well, how are you girls feeling? Like we're here to check in with you and see how you're doing.
Feeling extra.
Extra yummy and delicious. Okay, I love it. I love it. Anyone else? Oh, you know what we were going to do? We were going to talk about? I just remembered this.
As we wait on the questions.
Love is Blind.
Oh, that's right.
Do you guys watch Love is Blind?
Please, if you do, just drop it in the comments. Let us know if you watch Love is Blind. We've been in part watching it for all 7 seasons. So even when we were dating, before we got married, when we were engaged, we were watching it. So just let us know how often you watch it as well.
Yeah. So when we started dating, that was our thing that we would do often on, especially on a date night.
Yes, that was date night.
Yeah. This is when he was in Canada and we were still getting ready to move to the US and stuff like that. And we were staying in separate places. And we would watch Love is Blind together. And it was so good because, you know me, I'm like all about the feminine, masculine energy dynamics. I'm like, oh, she needs healing. She's triggered. She's attracting a feminine man. So like, we're like breaking down everything. And it's really cool because, you know, then we got engaged. Now we're married. We've moved to our dream location now. And we still love watching Love is Blind. So yeah, it's good. Do any of you guys watch it? Okay, kind of feeling, what does that say, honey?
Kind of feeling like what to do, but haven't been able to make any progress. Like she doesn't know what to do. Nelly, can you explain a little more? I think we kind of understand, but just want to make sure we're able to address that.
And is that in the area of dating, marriage, or business as well? Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and see what it is. Oh, the first episode of Love is Blind. Okay, the reason why I wanted to, while you guys are just making comments and stuff like that, the reason why I want to get into Love is Blind stuff is, and this is like no judgment. We do not judge anybody on our channel, in our community. Like this is your safe place to heal. And when you know better, you do better. I mean, that's the first step to transformation is awareness. Like you cannot transform your body, your dating life, your marriage life, your business unless you have awareness. This is why people yo-yo with their body. This is why people yo-yo with their finances. This is why people yo-yo and have the same patterns over and over and over again with their love life, with their dating and their marriages, right? So awareness is always the first step. And a lot of times, you know, we see on Love is Blind is a perfect example of this, because they're a really good representation of real life, like most people. You have a group of people, a lot of them are very successful, beautiful, you know, attractive people, but they're normal people. Like they're really normal. I think that's why people connect to it so much. And most of the time, I mean, this is part of reality TV, right? Is no one is healed. Like you'll see the couples that come into that show, they like the ones that are actually make it out married and are still married, they have that awareness and they've done their inner work. They've done inner healing. There's always a next level you want to go to, but they've done a lot of that inner healing. And then most of the people don't. And so what happens is you'll see the women, it does not matter if they're super gorgeous. They're most of them are in their masculine energy, right? They're wounded masculine energy. And so they often will end up pairing with the guys that are also wounded, because you always meet someone where you're at, what wound you're at. Let me say that again. That didn't make sense. You always meet people where your psychological wounds are at. Do you guys catch what I said? You always meet people where your psychological wounds are at.
And what was the quote yesterday that we were saying about you don't rise to the level of the situation more so, but you fall down to the point where you've been trained to.
Exactly. So you don't rise to an occasion, you fall to the level of the person you've trained to be. If someone's taking notes, take this notes, okay? Take these notes right now. You don't rise to an occasion, you fall to the level of the person you've trained to be. This is in marriage. This is in business. This is on social media. This is in dating. This is everything. So you have in your head, okay, well, I want this type of guy. Like I want him to respect me and love me and cherish me and provide for me and take care of me. And I want this amount of income stream and I want this body type and I want to feel good in my hormones. But are you training to become the energetic match for what you are calling in? Because if you're not, and you think, well, I'm just a great person and I pray every day and I look good, I'm just automatically going to, you know, find the perfect guy. It doesn't work that way, babe. We always match where we're at. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead, and even that, right? Even referring back to the show, we see so many good people on there, right? These people are genuinely good people overall, but the areas that haven't been dealt with always rise to the top, and that's usually the place where the relationship goes south.
Oh, so good.
Those unhealed areas that come up, you know, at the beginning, everybody just feels good. Like, you know, I just love hearing your voice. You know, you just make me open up more. Then that area that's unhealed, it comes to that point in the relationship. And because it's unhealed and you have two people that are unhealed, in most cases, then the relationship goes south and they divert back to the way they respond, the way they react, the way they've been trained to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's all subconscious, right? Yeah. And it's exactly what Christy says. It's like, well, that makes for good TV, right? Like who wants to watch healthy relationships on TV? Why would we want to watch healthy relationships? No, we want to watch people in their drama. We want to see people getting cheated on and, you know, all this nonsense, them fighting. And because then it makes us feel better about our life. No, don't think you're watching that, judging other people, and that's not affecting you, right? So the reason why we're saying this, because we love you guys, of course, and we want to see you thriving in your relationships, thriving in your marriage, thriving in your dating life, healing, and also healing in your business. So that is probably the most important thing you can do to increase your healthy feminine energy, is really that awareness piece. That awareness piece, and shifting out of that so you can actually become the healed match, the reciprocal match for what it is you're calling in. Because feminine energy, by definition, is receiving energy. It's our ability to receive, right? The woman's body receives. So the feminine energy is all about receiving versus pushing it away. Or asking yourself, what am I receiving? Am I receiving something that I don't want?
Yeah, because you're going to receive something, right?
You're going to receive something.
The great thing about it is in the Feminine Energy Academy, we help you with these areas.
Yes.
So we're speaking of it. We're speaking about, okay, this is what we have to push through to get our desires. But we have step by step, we have the tools, the strategies, the community, and the other ladies that have gotten past certain points and that encourage you as well. And again, you drop DMs in our inbox. We help you answer questions. It's just 24/7. It's actually become a social media platform for our ladies where they go there instead of going on any social media and just start strolling, because you're getting answers and you're seeing transformation so much quicker.
Exactly, because what you watch and what you listen to, you become.
Yes.
What you watch and what you listen to, you become.
Yes.
Right? So if you don't like where you're at right now, babe, you don't like the energy that you're embodied in right now, because, and you know this by what, you know, what's showing up in your reality, the people, it could be at work, it could be business, it could be clients, it could be on social media, but it's dating. This is why dating is so great, because it's going to show you where you're at energetically. Right? And even in your marriage, men mirror our energy as women. So if you want a healthy masculine energy man, instead of trying to change him, instead of trying to change your husband, the guys you're dating, or thinking that there's not enough good guys, there's billions of good guys that want to date and marry you. Okay. It's you shifting your energy. And once you shift your energy, then no, I am worthy to receive this, because this is always what it comes down to, is what you think you're actually worthy to receive. Okay. Once you shift into, no, I am worthy to receive this amazing dating life, marriage life. I am worthy to receive these amazing clients. I am worthy to not work so hard and still make a crap load of money and get paid to exist. I am worthy to be in my dream body, even if I've had 10 kids or my grandma. Once you shift into that energy and you practice embodying that through lots and lots of repetition, pattern interruption, being aware and shifting, it becomes who you are. It becomes, your subconscious mind takes it. Your nervous system gets rewired. It feels safe to receive what the things that you're calling in, instead of pushing it away, which is self-sabotage, right? And as you're practicing that, and as you're having fun with that, what you're going to see pretty much right away, like my girls in the Feminine Energy Academy, they see it right away, the shifts, even if it's micro shifts. They see how people treat them shift. In the dating life, in marriage life, in business, it shifts because they are mirroring your energy. Yes.
Check and see if we have any questions in there. And it's things that we're seeing in the Feminine Energy Academy. We're seeing women that haven't gone on dates in years, right?
Yeah.
Women that are just getting people giving them things, money, gifts, just out of nowhere, right? Just because of their energy. They're not going out doing anything extra. It's just their energy, and people are drawn to that. People are getting their businesses invested into. It's just so much going on.
Every day.
Every day, because of the energy and because of what they're continuing to brainwash themselves with. We brainwash ourselves with something, right? It's going to be television. It's going to be certain conversations with people at work. Every day we have the same conversation. It may be complaining. It may be talking about someone. We're practicing these things. What the ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy are doing, they're just practicing doing things that are helpful towards their desired and where they want to be. So that's the main difference. Not that they're not brainwashing themselves, not that they're not doing things consistently, but they're just doing things that are helpful towards where they're going in their life.
Yeah, exactly. So even Dina's like, as soon as I shifted my energy, I felt like everything else did as well. Yes. This is why I get you girls to literally brainwash yourself, because it's just, this is neuroscience too, right? So being in your feminine energy, so we're talking about increasing your magnetic feminine energy, by definition, you can't truly receive what it is you're calling in unless you feel safe to receive that thing. If you don't feel safe to receive the thing, which typically for most women, it's the masculine energy in dating or in marriage, and it's the money flow. That's what we want, right? That's what the feminine wants. But if you don't feel safe to receive that thing because your nervous system has been wired for lack, your nervous system has been wired for struggle, your nervous system has been wired that masculine energy is not safe. Masculine energy can hurt you, it can cheat on you, it can abuse you, it can leave you, abandon you. It is inconsistent and not show up for you. If that's what your nervous system is programmed to, then you naturally, what will happen subconsciously is you will lean into your masculine energy as a form of self-protection. Okay, which is not a bad thing once in a while, but if you stay in that place, which is most women, and even women that go on to Love is Blind, okay, is they've been hurt, right? It's like legit, they've been hurt from parent issues, daddy issues, past cheating situations. But instead of healing from it, it's like, no, I just haven't found the right one. No, babe, that's not it. It's going to be the same situation with a different face eventually. Okay, so it's actually better to pause the dating, or stop coming at your husband. Pause. What I teach my girls is give yourself 90 days. Take all your energy off of him, even if it's your husband, and take all that energy, put it back on you, babe, and let's shift and heal the energy in you first. And I promise you, because I've been doing this for so long, that they will mirror it back to you.
And it's so good when you talk about pausing, right?
Yes.
When you're in those moments. And it's not anyone's responsibility for anyone else. But if you're in a relationship, if you're in a marriage, it's so important, because even as a man, we want to feel safe with our emotions, right? So if we're going back and forth, if it's a lot of arguing, finger pointing, because both sides chose not to pause and heal, then that does more damage to a relationship than to just stop and you're still living with them, you're still functioning, but staying away from certain conversations because in that area you're just not ready, right? You're not ready to talk, you're not ready to go deep in it because you haven't done the healing. So it not only helps you, but it helps your relationships. It helps everything around you, because what it reminds me of is, sometimes I know I heard this quote, like, when keeping it real goes wrong, right? You just want to say what's on your heart. You're being honest.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
You're being honest. So and you're sharing what's on your heart, but the timing of it, right? You just don't do it at certain times. It causes things to go the wrong way, and potentially. And then sometimes, because as men, we have a hard shield, but we have a hard time, like, moving past certain things. When certain things are said, sometimes we can never go back on it. So you have to really be careful, because sometimes during those moments things can be said and it could be no repair, or it can take a while to repair those situations.
So true, honey. So true. Let's talk about a practical example of this. Okay, so like I said, this is not a place of judgment, but we can all learn from this, and this happens all the time. This is why I want to bring this up. So you have, for example, Love is Blind, right? You have one girl they're a couple, they're engaged, they're loving each other, they seem so sweet. The man will often say, because people are asking him, like, why is she the one? Why do you love her? Why do you want to marry her? And often the man will say, because my emotions feel safe with her. I feel safe. I feel like she accepts me. Like, listen to what he's saying. They often say, because she accepts me for me, and because my emotions feel safe with her. Okay, that's biblical. It's scripture. Proverbs 31. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will have no lack of gain. Right? That's what men need at their core. They need that too. But it's not talking like women. We really care about our financial safety and our protection, like physical protection. That's the number one need for the woman, the feminine. But for men, their emotions need to feel safe with you. Otherwise, they will stay guarded, right? That's just how the masculine energy is. Now, here's the thing. So that's what got them to fall in love with each other, right? She's all excited because he's the sweetest, and he's just like, all the attention is coming to her. So she's in love. She's happy. She's feeling seen. She's feeling heard. She loves that. And he's happy because his emotions feel safe with her. This is what makes her stand out. But this is where it goes what did you say? Getting
When
real
keeping
goes
it
wrong.
real goes
When
wrong.
keeping it real goes wrong, this is what happens, right? Then they get into a heated discussion, right? Something's happening and they're not seeing eye to eye, which is normal for any relationship. Everyone goes through this, where we're seeing things differently, but it's how you're fighting. It's how you're disagreeing. What almost always happens, this is what destroys relationships, is one of them will cross the line with disrespect. Okay, so that's what you'll see on the Love is Blind thing, where one of the girls is like calling her fiance a name. A name,
especially a cursive name,
like
right?
a cursive name.
That's aggressive towards men. That's how we feel.
Well, calling anyone any name, period. It is relationship suicide. Calling your partner any name is relationship suicide. Okay, calling him a child, disrespecting him, calling him other names, it's relationship suicide. The number one need for the masculine is respect. Okay, it's not to say you can't disagree with each other. You can disagree, right? I heard one pastor talk about, he's like, we have intense fellowship times,
Right.
We have intense.
But it's respectful, right?
But it's respectful. And here's the thing, this is why what I want you girls to catch. And I'm talking to the women right now, especially because men mirror our energy. Okay. So I am going to put it more on us for a moment. The reason why you get to that point where you feel like you need to scream at him, call him a name, and be disrespectful is because you haven't healed your masculine energy wounds. And I'm saying this as someone that used to have a crazy temper, okay? Out of control temper. But I've had to learn to heal that, because you will destroy your relationships. It does not matter how amazing he is, okay? Now, we can also say, of course, if the man is disrespecting you, calling you the B name, or being, crossing the line, being abusive, talking to other women. And we also see that on, Love is Blind as well, where, the guys are starting to talk to other women in DMs. And you just have to decide in yourself, that's a one strike, you're out. Like, what is your non-negotiable? Like, for me, that's a one strike, you're out. Right? But I determined that before I started dating. You don't wait. And you know what? I understand, because there's some people that are married right now and they're like, I'm already in that situation. What do I do? Well, what you do, babe, once again, is you take all your energy off of him. You go back into you do some deep inner work, and you decide, what are my non-negotiables?
And even with that, if you're married, if you're in a committed relationship, right, something like that, what happens as you start working on yourself and dealing with what caused you to be triggered and all of those things, and you start giving more time to yourself, either the guy's going to fall in line or he's going to be pushed away by it, right? Because again, like you say, how men mirror the image of, mirror the energy of women. So as you work on yourself, you don't have to do anything but pray for him. Right, you don't have to tell him you're doing good. What is he doing?
Oh, yes.
Just continue to work on yourself. Continue to pray for him. And what happens is it's going to be an automatic connection or separation, because those two things aren't lining up in the same household. Right, you're doing one thing, he's doing another. Both of you are committed to what you're doing. Then that either brings you together, or it lets you know, things are just not working out. But just focus on you, and things seem to work themselves out all the time.
Exactly. I mean, that is really what feminine energy is you understand your worthiness. So you have your non-negotiables, right? And people will mirror that back to you. Yes. The right man will step up. The wrong man will fall away. You don't got to chase anybody. You don't got to convince anybody of anything, but you need to embody these boundaries. You need to embody these standards. You don't need to convince anybody of these things. And then when you are dating, or you're in a relationship, or you're married, then you guys, it is important that you have some discussion around this. Yeah. But the thing is, like, I don't know if it's just because we're older now and this is just so important for us, but for both Brian and I, it's like, Brian doesn't even swear. And that was one of my non-negotiables. It's like, I don't want a man that swears.
And that was before her. I didn't swear for years.
For years. Like, it had nothing to do with me. It's just who he is. And because that was a non-negotiable for me before I even started dating for marriage, like, I would not even consider dating a man for marriage. If we're good,
Yes.
we're good. We're
So-
back.
So it came back last
You
time
have
as
the
well.
magic touch.
I just touched it with a finger.
I
so.
know it. It was streamed down. Streamed down. I love you guys. Can you guys still hear? It was getting hot and juicy with the Love Is Blind. We need to do commentary.
Yes.
What were we just talking about? Swearing, not swearing.
Yes, not
Okay.
swearing.
So that was a non-negotiable for me before I started dating for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, for me, I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. I didn't want someone that swore. Right? I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that's everyone. I know most people swear. I'm not judging you if you swear.
Right. Me neither. I don't care.
Like we honestly don't care. I'm just using it as an example. Okay. But because of that, when we're having intense fellowship, which doesn't happen very often, but if we are in that way, we know never to cross that line. Mm-hmm. It's just like, no, we're not doing that.
And for us, it's like not even to raise our voices at each other, right? Because it's understanding the person you're with, understanding what makes them feel safe and what makes the relationship stay where it's at and continue to grow. Yeah. You have to have your own non-negotiables and have those conversations about, okay, if we're in a situation, how do we talk to each other? What do we do?
Yeah.
What makes you feel good? What makes me feel good? So when you get in those situations, that person is just doing what they can to make sure that this situation gets resolved without crossing lines.
Exactly. Which really brings me to my next point, to increase your feminine energy. I mean, mostly, on this channel, I do talk about, you want to feel good in your body and your hormones. You want to look good. You want to feel good. But having that self-control is everything, even scripture says a woman builds up and tears down her home with her words, right? So for you're going to build up him and his masculine energy, or you are going to tear it down with your words and how you see him. Okay. So it is so important, babe. And like I said, this was not natural for me. This was a lot of inner work. I come from a culture where it's normal to cuss each other out. And that's just how it's just normal, right? It's family gatherings. Everyone's just cussing each other out, right? Everyone's yelling, no one talks at a normal level, right? So when you're from that, you think it's normal. That's how your nervous system has been programmed. Yeah. But I already can tell you that there's no way he would marry or even date a woman like me if I was going around yelling.
Not at all.
Right? So think about the type of person you're calling and the type of people you want to call in, whether it's dating or business, and are you matching that? And are you finding that you are, really getting out of alignment a lot, triggered a lot, and instead of beating yourself up and shaming yourself, lean into that and really dive deep in why do I feel so angry? Why do I feel so triggered? Why can't I control my mouth? And feel that it's normal to call somebody a name, especially a man. Women too. You should never call women a name either. But it's just, you're not going to have a healthy marriage, babe. It's just not going to happen if you're calling him names. Okay.
Did you see any questions on there we can address?
Yes. Do you girls have any other questions about this? Anyone else struggle with that? The triggers. And, and the arguing, how you argue is so important in relationships. Yeah. Yes. That was a struggle for me as well. See, it's most women. Trust me. It's not just you at all. What else did you notice about Love Is Blind that the women can learn from?
Well, Love Is Blind. Well, it was so much, right? Because we've been watching all of the seasons. Most recently this season, I've seen them fall asleep on every episode. Right?
He falls asleep every single episode.
10 minutes into the episode, I'm knocked out. I'm asking you about what happened.
We're holding hands, in bed watching it together. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then he's like,
But one thing that I have recognized over the course of it, and we're looking at the successful relationships, right?
Yes, we are.
The successful relationships that are developed, a lot of times you get guys, the men that are they look super laid back, super calm, not a lot of drama, right? If we look at, I forgot the tall, skinny, dark guy who married the Hispanic lady, And then we had our favorite couple, the mixed couple, who were one of the first couples to get together. The guy is always just taking care of business, right?
So true.
Not a lot of drama.
So
They don't
true.
show much of those couples
Yeah.
because the guy doesn't have a lot of drama. So even when
So
attracting,
true. So true.
when looking and getting in position to receive your masculine energy, husband or spouse or whatever the case is, those traits, right? Guys that are really about business, guys that don't go back and forth, guys that know how to make you feel safe. Because a lot of times what women ask is, how do I know if this is the right one? We actually had
So true.
we had one woman,
a couple actually.
we had one who had two guys who were interested in her, and she didn't really know which one that she wanted to move forward with. But the thing that separates guys is their temperament, their personality, how they are when things are tough, right? When
So
things
true.
don't work out the way that they desire them to, how do they respond?
Yeah.
Do they always say, okay, I have a solution, we're going to work through this? Or are they frazzled and, blaming or anything like that? Those are the traits that healthy masculine men carry around on a daily basis. That makes it easy to distinguish if this is the right guy for you, along with your love list.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, that's so true though. And you even talk about this too, where wounded masculine energy is emotional.
Yes.
It's like overly emotional.
Yes.
So we're not talking about they shut down. We're talking about they want to argue with you. They want to keep going.
Yes.
Like maybe you can explain a little bit more.
No, I mean, they want to keep going. They want to argue. And those relationships, well, and I'll just give an example because, growing up in Chicago, tough city. I grew up on the west side, the hood.
The real hood.
Where, you have a lot of people that, it's a lot of fighting, a lot of things that just don't happen in normal neighborhoods.
Yeah.
One thing I've recognized is a lot of that comes out to be a lot of feminine energy, right? Because a lot of times men who don't know how to control themselves, don't have that male presence that's teaching them how to work through situations. So what they do is they resort to something physical. They resort to making you feel a certain way, or to physically harming, and not ladies, but each other, right?
Yeah.
A lot of men, unfortunately, that have been in trouble with the law, things like that. Yeah. It's because of the feminine traits where they don't understand how to control themselves. And it comes out in relationships when you get into a relationship with a guy. I don't care if he's Mr. Universe, right? The strongest man in the world.
Doesn't matter.
Right? I don't care if he grew up in the hood. I don't care if he looks tough, is 6'8", dark and handsome. If he hasn't dealt with those areas, then he's still functioning in a feminine way when it comes down to that. And it shows up in the relationship where he looks the part, but he acts in a way that's not pleasing towards you and not what you desire to have. So really, to not get caught up in the look and where they're from and how strong they are, but the traits of really being protectors, being calm, right? Being willing to work through stuff without pointing fingers, right? Because most masculine men will take the blame. Even if they didn't do it, they'll put it on their shoulders and still get the job done, and won't be ones that keep records that tell you, I did this for you. You have to do something for me. No, we're taking it on. We'll take care of it. And we don't need the credit. Those are a lot of traits of guys that the ladies in our Feminine Energy Academy are actually running into. These guys are approaching them now.
Yeah. And if you don't realize this and you haven't healed as the feminine, what will happen is you'll find these guys boring because there's no drama, right? They're consistent. They're like ready to do stuff for you. They're ready to communicate. They're ready to do all these things. And if your nervous system is wired, and I call it, trauma bonding, where you're used to drama. You're used to a man being hot and cold, and that's exciting for you, right? And a lot of times too, these men that are, and I'm not saying this for all men, I understand there's healthy masculine men that are, really great shape. But a lot of times men that are so hyper focused on how they look or being a tough guy on the outside, it's because they are so wounded on the inside. Just like women, can be like this too, where a lot of times women that look so perfect on the outside, they're so wounded on the inside. And when women are wounded, we lean into our masculine energy. When men are wounded, they actually lean into their feminine energy. Okay. But you think, oh, he's not, you think, oh, he's masculine. He's 6'2" and has a 6-pack and he works out, so he must be masculine. No. That's not the energy he's embodied in. That's the equivalent of saying, oh, well, she's a supermodel. She must be feminine. She's wearing red and wearing high heels and lipstick and a dress. She must be feminine. No, babe. Your energy is what you are embodied in, not how you look physically. Okay. So never go by that when you are picking people to date and deciding who you want to marry. Right. So anyway.
So good.
Yes. Love is stable. Yes. And then obviously you want to have some fun. So create new ways to have fun drama. One of my favorite quotes is my makeup is all the drama that I need, right? My hair is all the drama I need, have some fun, wear some fun pants,
and what happens a lot of times in relationships when you do come across a healthy masculine man, and like you talk about, most of the ladies bring the energy, they bring the spice,
the flavor,
right? And guys, I know it's something that men have to work on, and we can't just say we don't do that, so we're you just have to deal with it. But most of the time, because most masculine men are boring to exciting women, they won't always, they have to grow into like planning great dates. Like that's not something that comes automatically to every masculine man. It's not that his heart isn't in it, but he has to understand how to do that, because when we're single, when we're bachelors, we'll go to the same place every day, right? We'll eat at the same place every day. We can have $1 million in the banks. We'll eat ramen noodles and a sandwich. Right?
So true.
So it's really time adjusting in a relationship where it's like him understanding you, and once he understands you, he'll do whatever it is that you desire if it's within him, right? So it may take time, but no, just because week 1 you're not going to the restaurant of your dreams, give it time, allow him to get to know you, allow him to get to trust you, because he's investing in you. Right? Just like you're investing in it. Men look at relationships as an investment of their time and their resources. So you may not go to the best spot right away, but as he gets to know you and wants to do for you, you'll have everything that he can give you. I mean, he'll take you out of town. He'll take you to all the best restaurants, but don't judge it at the beginning of the relationship and say, well, he likes going to the same place. He's just getting to know you and getting to trust you.
So good, babe. It's so true, you guys. This is why I teach you girls. And another way to increase your feminine energy is just decide I get to have it. Just decide I get to have it. Okay. So when you're embodied in this energy of I just get to have it, I get to go to the nice restaurants, I get to buy whatever I want, whatever clothes I want, I get to work out, I get to travel around, I get to have a business that I feel super aligned to, that lights me up, that I only work a couple hours a day, and the rest of the time I'm with my family. When you decide you get to have that and you hold that energy, you're embodied in that energy, the right people that are in alignment with you will come into your life and mirror that back to you. Okay. So like I teach the girls, and I see a whole bunch of them here, what's up to all you ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy, is when you're holding that energy, people are going to mirror that back to you, and nobody goes on the pedestal, not even your husband. Not even a guy you're dating, not even your boss, not even your clients, even if they're your high ticket clients, even your social media, nobody goes on the pedestal. And when you take everyone off the pedestal, okay, and you put yourself back on the pedestal, that you are worthy to receive, and God is your only source, and God can flow these blessings to however creative ways God decides to flow these blessings into your life, because he is your true divine masculine source. What happens is you're not walking around with this needy, desperate energy of like, you didn't take me to the 5-star restaurant. You only took me to the 4-star restaurant.
That's so true.
You didn't get me red roses. You got me, what's it? Carnations. Like I couldn't remember the name of it. Carnations, whatever, right? It's like, no, babe. Just decide you get to have it. Script on it. This is why I teach my girls, on how to manifest their desires into reality is script on what it is that you're calling in, embody the energy of I already have it.
Yeah.
I'm worthy to receive. I'm doing my part, making sure I'm an energetic match to receive it, and watch it show up. Okay? Have fun. Have fun with it. I love it. Okay. You guys have any other questions? I'm going to check over here too.
Okay.
And,
yes, King. Yes, yes.
And also, just so you girls know, what platform are you on over there? Well, they don't like when I repeat other platforms' names, so I won't say it. Also, just so you girls know, this Saturday, we're going through dating profiles. This Saturday's masterclass. So every Saturday, we have an exclusive masterclass for the ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy. Last Saturday, we did it on body goals, okay, and hormones for your glow up. And so you guys get access to all the replays for that. I'm going to actually post that today in the Feminine Energy Academy after this live stream here. It was so fire. So if you have like PCOS, thyroid issues, fibroids, insulin resistance, stubborn belly, I give you all the tools on how to reverse all of that in the Feminine Energy Academy. And then this Saturday, we are going through dating profiles. Okay, so you're going to have access to both Brian and I. We met online as well, and it was amazing. Now, it was a mix of, I really do believe my marketing background. I didn't realize it, but that's one of my gifts is marketing and knowing how to really connect with people, connect to your ideal audience, including the type of men you're calling in. And, within the week we had connected, and next thing you know, we're engaged and married. So I'm going to help you with that. And then plus you get the male perspective. So we're going to help you girls on just, there might be some blind spots, but we do it from a place of love. But we want to look at your dating profiles. We want to look at the type of guys you're trying to call in, and just also help you heal your nervous system around dating. Because I know most people hate the thought of online dating. I was like that too. I did not want to online date. I was like, I cannot believe this is my life. We are really the first generation of people to go through this. And so that's why our nervous systems are freaking out and hate online dating. So we're going to do some nervous system re-regulating. We'll talk a little bit about feminine energy, but the most important thing is we're going to go through your dating profiles so you can really call in the type of provider, masculine energy men that you want.
And it's so important now because I believe over 50% of all adults are online dating. So it's not something that we can avoid, right? So it's better to get the strategies and tools and to learn so that time online won't be long, right? You were online for how long? Can you tell the ladies?
I was on there for a day. Now, I'm not saying that everyone is going to be like that. And no, I shouldn't say it was a day. We met on the first day, but I actually forced myself to still talk to other guys because I teach rotational dating. Okay. So even the people that I did not want to talk to, but I was forcing myself to do it to practice. That's what I teach my girls. I'm like, you're just practicing, relax. Okay. No pressure. Okay. That's not fun. So, and rotational dating is what really activates their competitive, healthy masculine energy to want to, move countries, put a ring on your finger, take you off the market as fast as possible. So,
and we have videos and we talk about that rotational dating. We won't get into it, but just really having those tools is important because men sense the energy online as well as in person. You can't pretend to be something you're not.
100%.
The men will pick that up right away.
Yeah. If you're not confident, babe, if you don't know what you're calling in, if you are rejected, you have some deep self-rejection happening, you feel like you're not good enough. If you have masculine energy wounds from your past, from daddy issues, from the last guy that hurt you, if you haven't healed that in your energy and you show up online, what happens is either it'll be dry online for you, or you'll attract the guys that are not really the type of guys you want. I see this all the time. This is what I do with coaching with women. We are doing it this Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. There was one other thing I was going to say about that. Oh, shout out to one of our girls. One of our girls that just posted today in the Feminine Energy Academy. She's like, my boyfriend just bought I told him what apartment I wanted. And she told him that she's ready to get married. And she's been doing lots of inner work in the Feminine Energy Academy. She just posted this today. He just bought her the apartment because they're planning on getting married in the next couple months.
And what's so key with that, And like we always talk about, she didn't tell him that he had to be the one that she's marrying. She just
she did exactly what I told her to do.
She just let him know that she plans on getting married soon. And he looked at that and decided that he wants to be the one, right? So he took the step, but she didn't force him to do anything. She just let him know her desires in life.
Yep, exactly. So in the Feminine Energy Academy, I really go into how do you talk to men that you're dating, and then also in marriage as well, because even when you're married, you still want to be embodied in this yummy, delicious, magnetic feminine energy where you are not coming at him with your needy energy, but you are so embodied in your worthiness and what you're calling in and your next level. And it just gets to happen because you're just worthy, and that's just it.
So definitely, me, Adora, support, if you can put the link in the chat, the link for the Feminine Energy Academy, and what will be coming out with, I know you're adding some stuff.
Yeah, so also this week, I'm adding the 90-day Hourglass Body and Exotic Feminine Energy program for my ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy. This is a $500 program that with all workout videos, we're doing nervous system re-regulating, feminine energy embodiment activations, scripting prompts, eating, what to eat. It's all in there. You do not have to think. Everything is done for you. You literally click on day 1 and it's there for you. Click on day 2. It's like there's no thinking involved. It's purely just healing your body, healing your hormones, and really helping you reshape your body. So that's going to be for my ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy. And outside of that, it's going to be $500. So if you want to not have to pay $500, then jump in the Feminine Energy Academy, because that will be available this week as well.
Yes.
All right. What video do you recommend from the Feminine Energy Academy to help with my temper? I can be disrespectful at times. That's a really good question. I have to think about triggers. That would be my triggers video. Pausing, but you know what? I feel like I should add a new video. So I'll add a new video for you girls in the Feminine Energy Academy, specific to not cussing out your partner. Okay. I'll add that for you girls. But I do have a lot of videos and audios in there around healing your triggers, because that's what the root of it, right? And then also, Dina, in the high value magnetic woman section in the Feminine Energy Academy, I talk lots about, I do an inner healing around masculine energy. So I would encourage you to do that one as well, where you're actually healing masculine energy wounds, because that's the root of it. And then listening to the triggers, and then I'll add another video in there on how to not cuss your partner out.
Perfect.
Yes. I got you, girl. I got you. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to get going. We love you girls so much. And also, I'm going to be posting last week's masterclass in the Feminine Energy Academy today, and that is on your body goals, your hormone goals. We go really deep into what to eat, what to not eat, just little shifts that you can do to help lose weight faster. Our girls are losing a lot of weight in there, which is amazing. We're so proud of you girls. And this Saturday we have the dating profile masterclass, and then the week after that, I'm doing Cash Flow Queens. Ooh, I'm so excited for this.
And even adding, so every Monday we're on together 10:30 Pacific time, 10:30 in the morning. Wednesday she'll be on 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, and then Fridays I'll be on answering all you ladies' questions.
Man questions.
Yes, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time is the time that we're on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Saturday you have to be in the Feminine Energy Academy to join those calls. So you can jump in there. It's only $39. Jump in there so you can get on all those calls as well. Otherwise, definitely appreciate all the questions, the comments, the interactions. If you have any more questions, ask them on here, or ask us in the Feminine Energy Academy, where a lot of times we'll get back to you a lot quicker because we're in there most of the day.
Yes. Okay. Love you girls so much. See you.